To truly understand your investment options, you'll need to understand inflation and the time value of money. Now, you've almost certainly heard about inflation before. Maybe your grandparents tell you about buying a fancy meal for less than $1 back in their day. Or maybe their first car was $800. Wow, wouldn't that be nice, right? But this is inflation, the rise in the prices of goods and services over time. If everything increases or inflates, both products and wages, then everything is kind of balanced and we're still able to afford most things that people could afford years ago, despite the fact that the prices look crazy different now. That's inflation. If everything around us is increasing at about 2% per year, a typical inflation average, then we can appreciate that our savings investments had better get us more than a 2% return, right? Otherwise, we're effectively losing our purchasing power. For example, if your investment plan is to hide your savings under your mattress, then you're losing 2% per year in purchasing power. The amount of your money stays the exact same, but the cost of everything has increased. So you're effectively losing 2% in purchasing power every year. If you're making 1% per year in your investments, then, well, with inflation dropping your purchasing power by 2%, you're effectively losing 1% per year in purchasing power. If you're making 2% per year in your investments, then with inflation dropping your purchasing power by 2%, you're effectively breaking even. Getting a return above inflation, therefore, should be a necessary criteria of whatever investment plan you choose. Otherwise, it's not much of an investment, right? So we've learned here that the value of money decreases over time. And you'll often hear this concept using the common phrase, the time value of money. Basically, receiving $100 now is worth more than getting the same $100 in 5 years. Why? Well, there are two solid ways to consider this. Inflation, we just learned about. In 5 years, the same $100 won't buy as much. We lost purchasing power, so it's effectively worth less than $100. We can also look at it from an investment point of view. If I get the $100 now, I'll invest it, and it'll be worth more than $100 by the time 5 years is over. So, using either of these considerations, related as they are, will help us make wiser investment decisions.